and thanks for joining me, your sports pilot James Glory, on another exciting episode of Sport Bible. DNT World will bring you exciting and latest sport happenings across the world of sports every Tuesday. As you know, it's a tradition to do this, and this week won't be an exception. So I would implore you to please stay tuned, because we will be right back shortly after this break. Welcome back, and traveling down to Paris, where the Olympics is going on, starting from the world of tennis, talking about Andy Murray, one of the greatest British sportsmen, retiring from the game of tennis after being beaten in the quarterfinals of the men's double in tennis going on at the Olympics. It's quite a sad one for him to be defeated and not being able to win that medal in the world of tennis. But you can take nothing away from Andy Murray, who has retired at the age of 37 and remains the only man to have won the Olympics medal twice in the history of the competition. And in fact, he remains the only player in the world of tennis, whether in the male or the female category, to have won the Olympics golden medal twice in the history of the competition, as Andy Murray was able to win the gold medal in the year 2012 and in the year 2016. Andy Murray, arguably one of the greatest British player that has been produced by Britain in the world of tennis, has retired from the sport after being able to win 3 Grams titles, and he was able to win a Davis Cup. And also, you know, the record one that he is holding is winning 2 gold medals at the Olympics, which is yet to be broken by any man in the world of tennis. And also still in Olympics and still in Paris, talking about tennis, also we talk about one other incredible personality. We'll talk about Novak Djokovic being able to win the gold medal in the men's single at the Olympics that was just concluded, where we talk about the single men's tennis. He was able to defeat Alcaraz in the final of that competition to win the golden medal for the first time in his career, and at the first time at the Olympics. Is an interesting one for him, defeating one of his rivals. We talk about Carlos Alcaraz, who is just 21 years old, facing the 37 years old man looking forward to winning the gold medal. Was defeated by the Zambian man, as the Spanish was defeated by Serbia. That means that Novak Djokovic is the oldest man in the history of the Olympics since the year 1988 to win the Olympics gold medal, and that remains the last piece of medals that has not been won by Novak Djokovic. He has completed the set of medals won in the history of sport, as he has been able to win 10 Australian Open, he has been able to win 4 US Open, he has been able to win 3 French Open, and also you know that Novak Djokovic has been able to win 7 Wimbledon trophy for himself. Is an interesting personality, one of the greats when you talk about the game of tennis. Novak Djokovic breaking records. Remember, the current ATP ranking is sitting second, just behind Jannik Sinner, which I think at the end of this month he should be going back to the top of the ATP ranking. Novak Djokovic defeating Carlos Alcaraz to win the last piece that is missing in his incredible career. Quite an interesting one, doing that at the Paris. And you will know that June, Novak Djokovic had a surgery, but August here he has been able to win one of the most prestigious medals when you talk about his career. Remember, he has been able to play in the era of Roger Federer and Rafael Nadal, and these three are the greats in the world of tennis. You are free to take who your favorite is in the world of tennis. And you remember that Novak Djokovic played in the era of Rafael Nadal. He was able to play with Roger Federer, and these three that I just mentioned are the greats in the world of tennis. You are free to take who is your favorite in the world of tennis, but if you ask me who is my favorite in the world of tennis, I will go with Novak Djokovic, who has proven himself as the dominant among every one of them, winning the title that they have not won in their history, and winning the Olympics medal is an interesting one for him. And quickly, let's go on a very short break, and when we're right back, we continue from where we stopped. Welcome back, and we are still in the Olympics, but permit me to switch lane as we'll be talking about the basketball team. We'll be talking about the Tigers representing Nigeria at the Olympics. It's quite an interesting outing that they are having already at the Olympics, as they were able to make it to the quarterfinals of the Olympics, where you talk about the basketball team of Nigeria becoming the first African team to make it into the quarterfinals of the basketball competition. Talking about the female or the male category, the Tigers made history as they were able to defeat Canada 79-7 at the preliminary stage to make it into the quarterfinals of the competition. It's going to be an interesting one to watch if they will be able to win the gold medal at the basketball competition going on in Paris at the Olympics. We have so many things to watch in the Olympics right now, talking about the Tigers making it to the quarterfinals, and let's see if they will be able to pull their way through to the finals of the competition. And still at the Olympics, talking about Team Nigeria, we talk about Tobi Amusan, one of the names that is associated to Nigeria, where we talk about track games in the world of sport. Tobi Amusan was able to win a gold medal at the 100 women's hurdle, as she was able to come first in that competition. You remember Tobi Amusan winning the gold medal during the weekend. She has written her name in gold in the history book of the Olympics. Remember that before the Olympics, she had to struggle to be cleared for the competition, but after being cleared, Tobi Amusan was able to win the gold medal in the 100 meters women's hurdle. Is an interesting one for Team Nigeria, who are having some incredible outing in the world of sport, particularly in Paris at the Olympics going on right now. But quickly, let's switch our attention to the world of football as we talk about clubs preparing for the season that is ahead. Remember that the Premier League will be back as August 16, and we can't wait to witness the Premier League in the world of football. And before that, you remember that during the weekend we witnessed some Super Cups played across the world, where we saw Bekistad winning Galatasaray 5-0 at the Super Cup, as they were able to win Galatasaray 5-0. You remember that during the weekend, the new striker, where you talk about Ciro Immobile, scoring 3 goals at the Super Cup against Galatasaray. Ciro Immobile, who has been signed by Bekistad, has been able to start in the Turkish league on a high note after scoring an hat-trick against Galatasaray, who were the champion of Turkey last season. And also talking about another Super Cup taking place in Portugal, where we saw Porto defeating Sporting CP to win this Portuguese Super Cup. During the weekend, they were able to defeat Sporting CP in a 7-goal thriller, as they were able to win Sporting 4-3 in that particular competition. Is an interesting weekend also across the world of sport, as we witness some prolific friendlies played between clubs, as Manchester City was able to defeat Chelsea 4-2 in the friendly match that took place between them during the weekend. Is an interesting one for you to know that Man City and Arsenal will be the first Premier League team to face each other in the Premier League when it's starting at August 17. Will they be able to repeat that same fate against Manchester City by losing to them in the opening match of the season? You remember that Manchester City are the current champion of the Premier League, winning it 4 times in a row. They were able to defeat Chelsea in a friendly in the preparation for the new season and the preparation of the Community Shield against Manchester United. But we can say the same thing for Manchester United, who were defeated by Liverpool during the weekend in a club friendly 3-0, quite a devastating one for them. And I am sure that Manchester United will be open to make correction ahead of their match in the Community Shield against Manchester City. Remember, they were able to defeat Manchester City at the finals of the FA Cup to set up a Community Shield encounter between them on Saturday that will be taking place August 10. Who will be winning the Community Shield in preparation ahead of the new Premier League season? Will it be Manchester United or Manchester City? Whoever will be winning it, the trophy will be going down to Manchester. Unlike last season that it was won by Arsenal Football Club. And this is the length at which we'll be going on this week's episode of Sport Vibe on DNT Work. For more news and sports stories, follow us across our various social media handle at Sport Vibe on DNT Work. Remain blessed, enjoy your week. Thank you.